YouTube? This is Zaysweatshirt here, and as you can tell by the title of the video, you already know what this is going to be about. This is going to be the story of my coming out story. Let's start from middle school. Alright, so from middle school to from elementary school to middle school, right? This is how it was. I was always a tomboy, pretty much. You know what I mean? And sorry if y'all hear a whole bunch of stuff in the back, which is probably the wrong time that I'm recording this, but elementary, middle school, I was pretty much a tomboy and everything like that. I really wasn't into relationships till 9th grade, which I didn't start liking people till then. So elementary, middle, I was pretty much to myself, hanging out with friends and everything, not really paying a care in the world about, you know, boys or not even nobody. Like, sorry, excuse me. But yeah, I never really paid attention to the boys or anything. My cousins, my friends would ask me, "Oh, who's your crush?" And I'd be like, that fucking food platter over there, my god. It's just like, I never really felt attracted. Like, I was never attracted to boys around that point. But I never said anything. I just thought, okay, you know, it's a phase. I'll get over it and just move on. That was elementary. Elementary school, I didn't really give a fuck. I didn't care. Middle school, that's when I came to terms. Something maybe a little wrong with me. 9th grade, my bad. 9th grade year, I would use a whole bunch of shit just to make sure my hair would stay straight, which is terrible now that I think about it. But honestly, we all learn from our mistakes. Like, I would never ever do that again. But that was that. I had a few crushes. I would talk to a couple of boys, but I was kind of like, let me just like ghost them or something, because I honestly didn't even give a fuck, honestly, at that point. Skip over 10th grade. 10th grade, I was just like, you know, I got the drip. I kind of transitioned from how I was wearing like certain things, and that wasn't a bug, that was like a lint or something. It was a lint. So I transitioned from how my hair was to kind of like, okay, I wanted to go to the natural look. So 10th grade comes, natural. Hair was looking extra nice. I don't know if I have a 10th grade photo or not. If I do insert a photo, it'll probably be here. If not, then I couldn't find a photo. But 10th grade year, it was kind of like the year where I was like, you know what? I'm gonna come out as bi. Because I didn't know if I was gay or I was just bi. So I just considered, hey, I told my friends, I was like, do you guys still accept me? I'm bi. And they was all like, yeah, we accept you, stupid. So I'm just like, okay, this whole entire time I thought you guys wouldn't accept me or something like that, but fuck, was I wrong? It also turned into something that was just like, I mean, I didn't really care what they was gonna say or not. Like, either they wanted to drop me as a friend or whatever, but I guess they kind of always figured, yeah, you dress a certain way, you know, maybe something a little, you know. So it's just like, okay, that's cool. A few of my people that I knew, they didn't treat me no different, but it was definitely a little more friendly than average, like, you know what I mean? So that was 10th grade year, came out as bi, whatever. 11th grade year, mind you, I still haven't told no one in my family that about anything, okay? Actually, I skipped a part. 10th grade year, I dated a boy. Somebody always told me that I always liked the boys that were ugly or whatever, and I wouldn't say it like that. I would just be like, look, maybe I was just trying to hide the fact that I didn't like boys, but did like boys, but I didn't, but put that in everyone's mind that, hey, maybe she's not, like, you know, gay because, you know, she's dating this boy, even though he's ugly as fuck. I kind of kept it, like, secret. I didn't really tell anyone, but it was low-key, and I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't do anything. So, that was that. Scrap that. 11th grade year. Wait, no, I'm forgetting the main point. The main point that I was trying to make in 10th grade year, on Valentine's Day, it was close to Valentine's Day, right? And what I did was I left him for a girl before Valentine's Day. And he had like all this shit planned. And I just did the most fucked up thing and just like left him for a girl. Mind you, if you're watching this, the girl that I left him for, fuck you, because you wasted all that fucking time in my life. bitch. Moving on to 11th grade year. 11th grade year, I completely came out as a lesbian, aka gay. Came out as gay 11th grade year. That had to be like one of my best like really years, I would say, because once I came out as gay, I started being extra confident in myself. I was just like, you know what, fuck this. Where the baddies at, man? Like, I was just like, I would always like, there was people at the school I went to that I was low-key talking to, but we just kept it so low-key that you wouldn't even know. Like, low-key, I'm like a really, really low-key person. Like, you would never know half the shit. I have multiple fucking stories that I have to tell you guys, and I'm glad I have YouTube to really, like, you know, get my point across and express that point. Because without YouTube, who knows, right? So, 11th grade year, gay, talk to people. I had this girlfriend. We were long distance and everything, and I mean, we ended off on a bad note, but I don't have hate towards her like how I did when we broke up. I'll say that. Around that time. This was 11th grade year.
You suck, you jackass.
On the 12th grade year, I don't think I told my parents yet. I didn't tell my parents. 12th grade year, I told my parents. The first person I told was my aunt. I told my aunt first because I feel like it's not my parents, and her reaction could kind of like maneuver as to like, boom, okay, how's she gonna take it? My aunt, she took it pretty well. She didn't like cry or bust down in tears or anything. She was like, oh, okay. So what do you want for dinner? Because it's just like she had a feeling, but she just wanted me to come out and say it. Okay, that goes for all my aunts. All of them knew. They just wanted me to come out and say it. Okay, along goes with my who was it? My cousins, right? I made a post on Snapchat and I was like, yo, I'm still the same. The only thing that changed about me is the fact that I have a girlfriend. First person that replied back was my cousin Lexi, and she was just like, oh well, I figured. I was like, what do you mean? She was like, well, you always was a tomboy, and I had a feeling you always like girls because you always like being around us so much, which kind of doesn't make sense. I forgot what she said exactly, but it was somewhere on the lines like, oh, I already knew, you know, you always like playing with the boys, you like being around the boys, you know what I mean? One of the bros, you know, stuff like that. So I wasn't offended. I was just like, yeah. So basically, then I told my dad. I told my dad before I told my mom, because I would want to tell my mom first, but every time I tried to tell her, she was always in a pissy mood. So I was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna tell you today. Oh nope, I'm not gonna tell you this day either. Oh nope, I'm not gonna tell you this day. So I waited to tell her. She was the last person I told. So I told my dad. My dad was like, well, I'm not gonna judge you. You know, it's your life. You do what you want with your life. The only thing is that, you know, it's your decisions. You know, you're always gonna be my daughter. You know, you're always gonna be there. And at least you ain't gonna get pregnant, and I don't gotta beat my nigga up. So it's just like, yeah, Dad, you know, I can handle mine, because I always handle mine like work. That's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and finally, you know, I told my mom, which is the gut buster, because I told her, we was in the car, and at the time, my girlfriend at that time was on the line too. So she was like, the phone was in my pocket, and I wanted her to hear like what was going on or whatever. So she was on the line, put her in the pocket. I was talking to my mom. I was like, Mom. She was like, yeah, I have to talk to you. She was like, okay. I was like, Mom, I like girls. She's like, she looked at me. I was like, what? I was like, I like girls. I don't like boys. I like girls. She was like, really? I was like, yeah. And then she was all like, well, why? You know what I mean? But I understand, like, that's a why question. So she was like, why? And I was like, because I don't really feel like I'm attracted to boys. Like, I've never felt attracted to boys. I always felt different, you know what I mean? And I've always been a tomboy, which has nothing to do with it. The girls are straight and they can be tomboys, but I've always never liked girl clothes. You won't catch me in a dress. Never catch me in a skirt. Never catch me in heels, but you'll catch me in some slides and some sandals. That's it. As long as they ain't wedges and none of that bullshit. I won't paint my toenails. I won't paint my fingernails. I won't do any of that shit. I won't. I'll go to the spa, but I ain't doing none of that other shit. You know what I mean? But I just was like, you know, Mom, I thought you would catch on because you're like the first. My mother thought you would catch on. She was like, no, I had no idea. And I was like, do I need a rainbow flag attached to my fucking forehead, bro? You know, I guess a parent doesn't want to, you know, make that assumption. They just want to hear it from you first. So my mom wasn't upset. She wasn't crying or anything. She was just confused because I guess she didn't expect that. You know what I mean? Because I guess every mother would kind of want their daughter to like get married to a man and have babies and everything like that. But times have changed. If I wanted to pop a baby, there's a sperm donor for that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it was like, yeah, I really didn't have to deal with like the struggles that most people had to deal with, where when they come out, they get rejected and their family doesn't talk to them, and they despise them, they disown them, and I never really got that hatred, you know, and I'm real grateful for that, because I know there's a lot of people out there to this day who haven't come out, who can't really be themselves because their family could be super religious or, you know, just completely against that, you know, and it's kind of fucked up, but I just wanted to share my side of the story. It wasn't like soppy and sad, but it's kind of like, you know, I got the short end of the stick, kind of got lucky in a way, but yeah, that was my coming out story in multiple segments, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And this has been Zaysweatshirt.